These delicious looking tomatoes are actually a variety called Golden Harvest. They're from a company called AeroGarden, and I have four plants in this Black Magic grow pail, which is around 6 gallons in size. And so the plants that you see here, you would think that they came from seed, but actually not. I had some other Golden Harvest plants, and I took cuttings off of those, rooted those, and ended up setting those four clones into this container because it's a faster way to get plants to flower and fruit by using the cloning method. So these are actually between 200 and 250 days of age. I'd really have to go back and check. But look at those tomatoes. These are just absolutely gorgeous. On the Golden Harvest variety, I like to wait until they're kind of a orange color because they seem to have a better flavor. Now, recently, I was away unexpectedly for a period of time, and I ended up coming back, and these plants did not look as good as what they look right now. As a matter of fact, yesterday I had to do some remediation, and I'll just kind of let you know what that entailed. But before I do that, the light that I'm using is a Vivo Sun VS 1000 grow light, and this little son of a gun is around 100 watts, and it just cranks out light. At 100%, I was getting about 700 PPFD over the top of the plants, which was way too high for these diminutive tomato plants. So I had to back that down on the dimmer knob, and also I had to come in and cut off all the growth from the lack of water and the intensity of the light. And so I had a trash can just full of clippings, but the results are just outstanding. Now, in addition to those ripe ones, there's just gobs of green tomatoes in here. Also, I'll try to zoom in a little bit, but I've kept it topped off. I've pumped out the nutrient completely and done a fresh reservoir setup. And the nutrient that I'm using is from a company called Dynagrow, and it's a 936 complete nutrient. Now, that nutrient is typically used more for leafy vegetation. However, the 936 formulation can also be used on fruiting plants. I find that the plants have nice size to them, and they tend to use the nutrient that they need out of that. So basically, it's a case that the plants will do what they do best, no matter what the nutrient is. I could probably do better if I were to switch off, but I find that I'm getting great results, and so I'm not going to argue with using the same nutrient for all my stuff. My tomato roots are a little bit unhealthy looking. Normally, there would be water streams coming up at the base of each of the four plants in those 2-inch net cups, and I think my pump has clogged. So the roots have probably got tangled in that pump, and I need to do a little maintenance. So this may be the reason that these roots aren't looking as healthy as they should be, because the water is now not being circulated, and we've gone from active to passive hydroponics. However, for the grow that I'm doing, that's no big deal. I've actually got some other tomato plants that are in bloom right now, and I'll probably come in and I'll find some branches that I'd like to clone and take a cutting and root those out. And what I'll end up doing with those clones is moving them into the container that I showed you just a second ago. The little 10-watt air garden sprouts are perfect for rooting those clone cuttings, and it doesn't take very long at all. As a matter of fact, it kind of accelerates the process and shortens my harvest times. So that is the future that I am probably going to start focusing on in terms of my tomatoes.